Hello folks, and welcome to the tutorial for Billy Joel's classic 1978 cut from the 52nd Street album, Honesty. This is an old favorite of mine, little Piano Man Steve history for you. When I saw Billy Joel for the first time, it was in the summer of 1994 in Ames, Iowa, of all places, at Cyclone Football Stadium. He was on tour with Elton John for the original face-to-face tour, and I was about, I think, 15 is the age I was at that time. It was in August, and anyway, at that time when they would open the show, they'd play Your Song together, just the two of them, and then they would launch into Honesty, just the two of them. In subsequent tours, I think they've done Your Song and Just the Way You Are, but the first time it was Honesty, and that was a real special memory for me because it was the first Billy Joel song I ever saw Billy Joel perform. So, real pleased to be teaching it today with that little history for me. So, anyway, this is not, this one I think I could rate among one of the easier ones. Doesn't necessarily mean it's easy, and if it's difficult for you, don't take that as an insult. I just mean that there's less crazy fingering and stuff going on. There's a lot of chord comping going on. So what we're going to focus on here is teaching you the intro, and then we're going to teach you the chord progression. I'm going to show you, to the best of what my ear's been able to figure out, the voicings that he used for the different chords. So we'll go through the verse, we'll go through the chorus, and then we'll go through the little bridge section, and then I will show you how to get out of the song and end it. So that's the plan. There's nothing else for me to say at this point, so I will shut up, and we will see you in the next section where we will learn the intro of this tune, which also gets that'll be a transferable skill because you replay the intro a couple different times in the song. So see you there, looking forward to it. Alright, so the intro. First and foremost, we are in the key of B flat minor here for the intro, and then we end up in B flat major when we actually get into the verse, so kind of strange. But anyway, let's start with the left hand. Well, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to play the intro and show you what it is we're going to be learning, and then from there I will start breaking it down. So this is how far we're going to go in this section. Again. And that's effectively the first chord of the verse. So we'll learn it, but then in the verse we'll start from that point. So what's happening? In the left hand we're on B flats, and it's just octaves. It's just B flats, and you hold kind of whole notes. So it's B flat, A flat, G flat, F, okay, B flat, A flat, G flat, F. Now on F, what you want to do is you're going to go, okay, so see what happened there? You come down on octaves, and if you're counting it at this tempo, so let's say we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are actually like half notes at that tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, and. See? 3, 4, and. Just with your thumb. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're back to B flats. So again, the left hand is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Half note on B flat, half note on A flat, half note on G flat, half note, and bum, dum, ba, bum. Okay? pretty simple stuff there. And then I'm going to show you the right hand, and then we'll see how the two sync together. So in the right hand, you're going to basically be in this position here. You're going to be kind of with your hands spread out among an octave between a couple of F's here. This is middle C. Okay. And by the way, I forgot to give you that reference point on the left hand. So here's middle C, and there's where your left hand is. So your thumb is 2 B flats below middle C, and your pinky's an octave below. Okay, so back to your right hand. Here we are. So your first thing that you're going to do is you're going to play with your thumb. You're going to play F. And it's going to be like quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So take a look at this. You're on F with your thumb. 1. Then it's up to B flat with your index finger. 1, 2. Okay, now when you come down on the next place, what you're doing is you're forming this B flat minor chord, which is F, B flat, and D flat. So you've gone, and then that's over the top of your A flat bass. 1, 2, 3. And then you come up here to an F again. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Now you come down on a G flat in the bass like we talked about earlier, and you're going to play B flat, D flat, and F, effectively making this a G flat major 7 chord. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So this is 1, this chord. 2 is your thumb toggling on this G flat right here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Again. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 is the tempo. 1. So we're just going 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 2, 3, or 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So that's just the little syncopation that you're coming up on. So where we're going, we've gone 1, 2, and is your pinky. You've just gone 1, 2, and 2, and from here you come down with your pinky on E flat and your index finger, or you could do your third finger. I tend to do my index finger on A, and it's the A starts a little run, so it's A, G, F, and I do it like that. I know this is terrible technique probably, but I go like this. I'm sure you're supposed to do it like this. With your 3, 2, 1, but I do it like this. So however you want to do it. So watch that whole lick a few times and just see how we get there. Sorry about that. One more time. And from there, your pinky comes down to a D. So we've gone right at the very same time that your left thumb plays that little and on F. So we've gone, and then you come down on a B flat chord right here, F, B flat, and D, and you're back to a B flat here. So watch that play out. Again. Let me do it without my hands all contorted. And that gets you into the verse. At full speed, it's about here. Okay. So anyway, that's the intro, and I will see you in the next segment where we're going to take a look at what to play when you start singing, you know, if you search for tenderness, that whole thing. So, see you there. All right, Ida. We're on to the verse, and this is good because you get to take this exact same thing and you play it like 3 times in the song. So again, what I'm focusing on here, it's pretty simple comping, but it's there's one thing I've learned about Billy Joel over the years is that Billy always puts a lot of thought into the voicings of the chords that he plays, and he's fairly consistent with that. Not every piano player is necessarily like that, but he's, from what I can tell, you know, just my observation, he's very enamored in the fact that, you know, this is an A7 chord, and this is an A7 chord, but they sound differently, and they come up in the recording process with a very specific voicing that they want to use. So that's what we're going to do. I've copied the voicing absolutely as best as my ear can find it on the studio recording, and that's what I'm going to pass along. So the left hand is basically just going to be doing a lot of kind of sustained notes and octaves. So we're in B flat, you play your octave B flats, then E flat, F, E flat, D, just like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so let's just get that far right now. B flat, E flat, F, E flat, D. In the right hand, you're playing a B flat chord here. F, B flat, and D. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to just sort of comp that on quarter notes. So it's... So, bum, 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 okay? 1, 2, now to an E flat chord, which is G, B flat, and E flat. So we're here. 1, 2, 3. Now, on this, he goes here, he plays this note, and then he jumps up and he inverts the chord. So in other words, he takes the same notes, plays them in a different stacking. So here, then he jumps up and goes E flat and G, toggle to B flat. So it looks like this. We go up to F, and it's an F chord, A, C, and F. And you're just comping again. 1, 2. And remember, we had 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Go 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And it effectively becomes a D minor 7 chord, okay, which is an F chord over a D bass. So now you play this chord and toggle down to an F with your thumb, so it looks like this. So let's take a look at that entire, up to that point, all the way through, or from the beginning of the verse to that point. So we go. Let me slow that down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Again. A little faster. Want to throw a little something in there to add a little pace. This is not probably what Billy did because he was playing with a band, but if you're playing by yourself in the left hand, you can what I would do is you play your octaves here, and it's 1, 2, and then I'd use your thumb only and add a little pace by going 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. See, anywhere where you're just holding a half note, if you want to add a little pace, you can just be like this. And what that does, here's what it sounds like without, at full tempo. is with. You know. Not a big deal, but just adds a little bit of momentum. So I tend to do that a lot. If I accidentally slip up and do that, you know, you can ignore it or you can copy it, you know. But I think if we're going to be real true to what Billy was doing on that record, I would say he's probably just holding, because if you do too much of that kind of stuff when you're playing with a band, you're going to kind of fight against the bass and kind of muddy the waters up. So my guess is he's just holding. So anyway, okay, now from here we move to an E flat chord, which is G, B flat, and E flat, and in the bass you're on an E flat, and you just simply comp it like that. Move down to a G minor 7, which is G basses, and then you play basically a B flat chord, F, B flat, and D here. See, we're here. One, two, three, four. And then we move up to an A minor 7 here. So let's take, we've gone so here we are, E flat, G minor 7, A minor 7. From this point, we form a big fat C minor 7 chord, which is octave C's, and then you want to play G, B flat, E flat, and G. Right there. So you've just gone. And then we go down to an F in the bass. And you have a little ornament, a little ornamentation here. What you're going to do is essentially play a D minor chord, which is A, D, and F like this, but you're going to slide onto that D by brushing up against a C with your index finger, so it's like this. If that's too tricky for you, you can just go here and then play a D minor. It sounds pretty good that way too, but if you want to be true, it's bum, bum, and then after that, bum, bum, then just C and F together like that. So take a look at that whole line. It's okay, so let's take a look at the beginning of the verse all the way to that point. So we've gone. Once again, a little slower. more time for posterity. Actually, one more time and I'm going to play it right because I let my mind wander. Sorry about that. Okay, without my hands all contorted, I'm going to get that far so you can see what it looks like just normal. And if you're going to do a little bit of this pace thing that I'm talking about, let me just play through it once that way too. Okay, so that's, if you feel comfortable and you can let your hand kind of naturally fall into that pattern, adds a little bit of oomph. But again, if you're going to play it in a band or anything, you're going to want to simplify it a little bit and not get in the way of the bass. So, okay, I'm going to stop this section here. We'll do the second half of the verse leading into the chorus in the next section. Not because it's that long, but that way you can just work on this part and get it under your fingers, and it'll be easier for your practicing, I think, to have them split up like this. So, see you in the next segment. We'll finish this verse off. Okay, well now we're going to learn the second part of this verse. So we've just gotten to the part where we go. Okay. So from that point, we play a B flat chord here, which is B flat, D, and F. So one, then back down to a B flat chord here, F, B flat, and D. So it's like here. So we've gone. And the way I'd finger it probably is to go like that. So like index 4 or 3, whichever one you want to do, and pinky, and then just bring your thumb down and your index, and one of your fingers is already there. So that's what I would do. Okay, so now we go to a C suspended, okay, like a suspended 9 almost in a way, or sus2 and 4 at the same time. So we've gone 1, 2. What happens is you got C in the bass, you've got G, C, D, and F right here. 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See how we resolve from this suspension down to that major chord? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you can see, I really like doing these little things where you go. See how I'm kind of fluttering off that C into the D there? You don't have to do that. It can just be. But Billy kind of likes doing that kind of thing too. I've noticed. Just probably why it permeates into my playing so much. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 1 from here, we jump up. It's an F chord over a C, and it voices here C, F, and A. So we're here, then to here. All right, this is an A7 over a C sharp. And if I'm hearing it right, I believe I'm hearing octave G's with a C sharp and an E. Okay? So we go bum, 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 bum. Then to a D minor, A, D, and F. So take a look at that. I'm going to get to that D minor chord a few times slow. Take a look. Excuse me. Let me do that better for you. From this point, you have a little arpeggio, which is a chord played one note at a time in one direction. And we're going to play a D minor arpeggio from F, and it's F, A, D, F. So it's ba-da-bum-bum. So, you know, here you go. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 rienda. It's like 16th notes, 4 rienda. One more time. Okay, and then from here, we're on an E flat chord, voiced here, G, B flat, and E flat. Okay, 1, 2. Then we move to an A7 chord again, which we play here, G, C sharp, E, and G, just like we did a minute ago. 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we end up here on a D chord with a suspension and like a suspended ninth. So you've got the A, C, E, and G. Resolving down. So let's get back to that point. Watch me play through that a couple of times. We've just gone, okay? Okay, again. Oops, sorry. Bad. I botched. The last part here, we've gone bum, bum, bum. Now this is a signature thing by Billy Joel. I've never seen someone do as much of this as he does. What he does is he plays an octave and then uses his fourth finger on a third below the octave. So we've gone bum, 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 then G, E, G, A, F sharp, A. And the way it plays out, watch the way it plays. It goes. And I think the reason this is a very distinctive part of his playing. You'll hear in a lot of his songs where he does this thing with the octaves and this third. Because what it does is he wants this note to cut through the mix. And so by playing it in octaves like that, it does. But just by playing the one extra note, it sounds like a chord instead of just like a single note. But what he's trying to do is create emphasis on those G's. So distinctive sound, and you see it recurring all over the place in his music. So okay, let's get from the beginning of this section to that to the end there, and I'll just play through it slow a few times. So I'll do a little pickup from the last section. We went okay, so bum, bum, bum. Okay, again. Real slow. Let me play it really slow a few times without contorting my fingers. I think the notes are there for you to scope out, but now you can see the way it looks fingered normally. So at full speed it'll just be okay, guys. Meet you in the next section where we're going to learn the chorus. See you there. Alright, well, let's take a look at the chorus. So we've just gone something in the neighborhood of okay, so starting in the chorus, we're going to be on an E flat major 7 chord. So you're going to find octave E flats in the left hand, and it's going to be E flats, F. Now, if you're on an 88 key piano, which you very well might be, then you can play these E flats an octave lower down here. But on this, I'm playing on a 76 key keyboard right now, and so I don't have an E flat down here to play. So I do it up here, then come down to here. But if I had it, if I were on a full 88 key, I'd be here with my pinky playing another E flat down that direction. So E flat, and it's 1, 2, F, 2, F sharp, 2, G, F, E flat, F, B flat. So let's focus on that for right now. E flat, F, F sharp, G, F, E flat, F, B flat. Okay, that's all that's going on in the left hand. The right hand, when you play the E flats, it's on basically a G minor chord, full octave G minor chord, G, B flat, D, and G, like this. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is play quarter note comps on here. 1, 2. So 1, 2. When you go to F in the left hand, you now form an F9 chord. You're going to play A, C, E flat, and G. Okay? Again. From here, when you go to F sharp, you're going to be playing what would be like a, technically I think what it is a D, just a D7 chord over an F sharp bass, but it also plays in sort of a diminished way almost. So, but that's neither here nor there. There's not an E flat to make it diminished, it's just there. So A, C, F sharp, and A, like that. So again, it's like this. Okay? Are you with me? I'm gonna pretend like you're all nodding your heads one more time. From here, we go to a G minor, which is right here. And I usually play it as a full octave chord. It's difficult to tell whether he's playing it like this or just like this. Okay, so I'm just going to teach it as a full octave chord because that's what I usually do. So you're on to G. So that's how far we're trying to get here in this first little bit. So we go. Now from here, the left hand goes, so we've gone E flat, F, F sharp, G, F, E flat, F, B flat, okay? So when we go G, F, so what's happening here, we've gone so you play this chord on this G minor chord over the G bass. 1, when you come down to the F in the left hand bass, you do a little maneuver that goes 1, 2, and 1 and 2 E and. It's 2 E and, so it's like a 16th note thing. So 1 and 2 E and. And what it is that you simply play G and A together like this. And then toggle up to a B flat. And and then come back to G and A like that. It's got a lot of dissonance to it. I know playing it slow it sounds kind of bad, but when you play it at tempo it goes, see? Bum, bum, ba bum bum. Now, you have an option. You can actually play this G with your pinky. You can play that both here and here, or you can just, see what I mean? You can either do or, and it'll have basically the same effect. So it's really up to what your hand feels comfortable with. So we're coming into it. Try to avoid making it like staccato. I wouldn't go. I'm just showing you that way from time to time. It's got to be kind of smooth, you know. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, there's another option. You can just only do the motion here with your thumb and your index finger and just press down on the G and hold it. Okay? Okay. From there we move to an E flat chord, which he plays right here. And it's just 1, 2, then F. This F chord, then an F7 chord. So we're going from here, which is G, B flat, and E flat, bum, bum, A, C, and F, then an F7 chord, which is F, A, C, and E flat. Or you could just play here if you wanted to. That would be fine. That would have the same effect. So we're going. Then to a B flat chord here. 1, F, B flat, and D. And then there's a little kind of arpeggio on a B flat added 9 that goes bum, bum, bottom, bottom, F, B flat, C, D. So we've gone like this so far. Excuse me. Here. Again. From here we have this little maneuver where you go, your left hand goes D, E, F sharp, and your right hand plays F sharp and D like this, and you are going to hold, you're going to play the D up here 1, 2, 3 times, and it's going to be F sharp, G, F sharp, G, A. And again, you could do this an octave lower if you have a D down there. It doesn't matter. So watch that in context. We have bum, bum, bum. We start and it's honesty. Again. Notice there's almost just a speck of silence. So you're talking about 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 E and a and da da, 2 E and a na na. So there's just a speck of silence there. And from there, you're just right back to this same thing. Okay, so that's pretty familiar. And on this we go E flat, F. Now this rhythm is a little different. It's F, F7, and then it goes bum, 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 bum. So it's F, F7, and then we form an E flat chord, which is a G, B flat, and E flat over a B flat chord. And then work our way down to a B flat chord, F, B flat, and D. Let me show you how that plays out in context. It's got kind of a funky rhythm. It's a little bit syncopated. So we've gone, honesty is hardly ever heard. Okay. Sorry about that. That was a little funky. Let me do that right for you. Honesty is hardly ever heard. So again, in the left hand, what you're doing is you're just E flat, F, F sharp, G, F, E flat, F, E flat, F, B flat, bum bum. One. So again. My bad. Okay, so let me play through. Actually, there's one last thing. Right before we go into the next verse, there's a little thing that goes. So what is that? It's actually pretty simple. The left hand is on octave Fs and it just goes bum 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 bum. Okay, that's all. The right hand forms a kind of a suspended chord on a B flat. It's F, B flat, and E flat. So you play all three of those together. Bottom bum. So bada bum bum. D by itself. F and C together. And here's where it fits in with the left hand. Pretty simple, really. Bada bum, bada bum bum, and then that's your first chord of the verse when it comes back. So bada bum bum, bada bum, bada bum. So let me just play through the whole chorus from the beginning to the chorus to ba-da-dum-bum, okay? And I'll do that 2 or 3 times really slow for you so you can see it all together flowing. Okay, so we've come out of the verse, and we've basically gone again. So we've gone one more time slow, but without contorted fingers. You're the one that I depend upon. Okay, here we go. Full speed, it'll be okay. I will be back in the next section to teach you the bridge, and then from there I'll just show you how to actually end the song. So I'll see you there. Looking forward. Alrighty, well now it's time to take a look at the bridge which is the part where he goes, I can find a lover, I can find a friend. So that's what we're going to learn, okay? So first, it's important to know that what you do after you get out of your last honesty, you know, honesty is hardly ever heard, mostly what I need from you. Okay, when you get to that part, you go, mostly what I need from you. Instead of going to this whole, you know, you're just going, mostly what I need from you. Right back to the intro. And instead of going to a B flat chord here, you come to the first chord of the middle, which is G minor, straight up, G, B flat, and D, the octave G's, and it's just boom, and just hold it, 1, I can find a lover, and then you have a little arpeggio that goes D, G, B flat, D, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can find a lover. From here, you stay on octave G's and you play a D chord, F sharp, A, and D. I can find a friend. So it's boom, 2, 3. And this time you have a little thing that goes A, octave jump on A's, A, F sharp, D, A. So it's boom, 2, 3, 4, E, and a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, E, and kind of a tricky rhythm. 2, 3, 4, E, and a 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. So there we go. Boom, 2, 3. 2, 3. From here, you come down to F's in the bass, and you play this little what essentially this is a D diminished chord over F is what it comes down to. F, A flat, and D. And it's just held again. So I can have security until, then you come down to a C chord, E, G, and C over an E bass. Bitter and ba-bum, ba-bum, E, E, G, D. Okay, now that's a lot to take in, so just watch. I'm going to play to that point a few times slow. Take a look at it. And so we've come out of this. Honesty is hardly ever heard. Mostly what I need from you. Boom, 2. Okay, again, and I'm coming out of the last chorus because I think it's useful in the to understand the transition. So Okay, now from here, we move to an E flat bass, which if I had 88 keys, I would be playing in octaves here and one lower. But since I don't, I just have to play one note. So pretend like I've got an E flat key over there, okay? And you're gonna play a C minor chord over that. E flat, G, C. So 1, 2, then you're gonna move to F's in the bass and an F7 chord, which is E flat, A, and C. So you're here, here, here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's an E flat chord over a B flat bass. So you have B flats here. You play G, B flat, and E flat here. Bum, 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 bum. See? E flat, B flat, B flat. So F, B flat, and D. Bum, 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 bum. So take a look at that. What we've done is we've gone bum, 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 bum. And basically all through this you're just coming down on the half notes on these. So, you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. In the bass line, you're just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See? So, bum, 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 bum. And then you move to a C bass, and you're going to play what looks like a G minor chord over it. Because what we're trying to do is create a suspended 7 sus2 as well. So it looks like this. 2, 1, 2. So it's here, G, B flat, and D. Resolve up to G, C, and E. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so I'm going to walk back and play all the way to that point a couple of times, because then the last thing, it's not what I'd call hard, but it's a little tricky and it might be a lot to digest in one shot. So let's just focus on getting from the beginning of the bridge to where I just got to. So we're coming out of the chorus. Oops. Okay, now, boom. Again, so mostly what I need from you. Slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this last little trick is you play right here, you play an F bass, You form a D minor chord here, F, A, and D. So you play that chord, bum, 1 and 2, and. So it's 1 and, then on 2 you hit F with your thumb, 1 and 2, and on the and you hit an E flat up here with your pinky. 1 and 2, and. It's a D chord, F sharp, A, and D over an F sharp bass. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So see, on 4, you play a D bass and you play a 7th chord up here, just C, A, and F sharp. Boom. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you play an E flat chord here, E flat, G, and B flat over an E flat bass. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again. And then we have this familiar little guy. Ba-da-dum-bum, which we learned going into the second verse. Just so you can learn that, I think, in chapter 3, maybe chapter 2, probably chapter 2. Chapter 3, I think, is it is chapter 3, the second half of the verse. But it's just bottom bum. Okay, so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually just come into the bridge and play all the way through it a few times, let you see it all in context, and then we'll move on and I'll show you how to do the outro and we'll get out of here. Okay, so we've gone, honesty is hardly ever heard. Four, 1, 2. time without my hands all contorted. There. So anyway, I think that's probably enough beating a dead horse in the ground. You can rewind accordingly. But that brings us into the final verse, and I'm just going to walk you through how to do the outro now in the next section, and then we'll do a wrap. So I'll see you there. Okay, well now we just need to look at, once we get out of the final chorus and we do our last need to learn how to do that, and most of it's pretty much what you've already learned, which is you get here, dun 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 dun. It's just that at this point what you do is you come down on what we call an E flat minor major 7. So in other words, E flat in the bass, and then you have G flat, B flat, and D. Bum, it's bum, and then you do an arpeggio here, G flat, B flat, bum, G flat, B flat, E flat, so bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, and then all you do is, it's a little 6th thing here, you play F and D together like this, then C and E flat together, bum, bum, and then it's a B flat chord, or I usually play just B flat and F like this, bum, and then it's D, F, B flat, then you come up and play B flat and D together, like so. So watch that in context. Again. And again. If you wanted to, you could go and play the B flat and D with your left hand. I'm sure that's what I've never been a portrait of good technique. I admit that right now. I play the way I play, and I go. That's just how I do it, but I'm sure that it's more elegant and probably more proper to go. So do what you will with it. I'm not going to judge you. Play the notes right. It's all good. So One more time, slow, without my hands contorted, and then I'll do a rap in the next section, show you how to string all this together and turn it into honesty. Okay, I'll see you in the next section. I'm going to play this whole thing from beginning to end so you can see how it all fits together into a song. Okay, gang, it's time for the wrap-up. So, again, the wrap-up is never about learning how to play the song as much as it's about learning how to string the things that we've learned in the previous sections together. There's a lot of repetition, and if I happen to play something not 100% the way I taught it, forgive me. That just happens sometimes when I'm doing these raps, because I hardly ever play anything exactly the same way. You have no idea how difficult it is for me to get, like, you know, to latch onto something. Sorry, don't mean to be a jackass. Okay. I'm being one, aren't I? Okay, here we go. So, we start out with the intro that we learned in chapter 1. Verse 1. Sorry about that. Here we go. Leading into the chorus. This is chapter 3, probably. Verse 2. So we're taking what we learned in chapters 2 and 3 once again, right here. That's where I messed up, sorry. Sorry about that, I'm an idiot. Back to a chorus. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, honesty. Chapter 1. Now here's the bridge. Bum bum. So ba ba bum bum bum. Yep. To the verse, and this is the last one. Final chorus. there you go, kiddos and adults, because most of you are actually older than me. So forgive me for the condescending remark. I didn't mean it to be that way. But anyway, that's Honesty. And fun song to play. Very, very cool chord progression. I like it. Lots of haunting bass notes. The bass line is often on something other than the root of the chord, which I really like. It reminds me a little bit of Brian Wilson's work from the Beach Boys and the Pet Sounds album. I mean, I don't know if any of you know that. You know, that whole what do they call it? God only knows, what I'd be. I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. So it shares that in common. A lot of what's going on in Honesty is bass notes that are not the root, and it has a very haunting, kind of flowing movement feel, kind of like almost like Russian classical music, that bass line. Boom, boom. Because it's, you look at the chords, and if you just look at E flat major 7, F9, D7, G minor, they don't look like they fit together, but if you look at the bass line and see how it's just so natural, just so sorry, I'm just going off on one of my Billy Joel tangents. At least I'm not doing it in the middle of the tutorial. So, anyway, that's Honesty, one of my favorite songs. I told you my little story at the beginning about how it was the first song I saw him perform, so it's kind of a special favorite of mine. And I look forward to doing the next one. Thank you so much, not just for your business, but for your commitment to continue to grow and learn yourself. I know most of you are adults. You are not 12-year-olds by and large that are being forced to take piano lessons. You are people choosing to do this, and that inspires me very much. I hope as I get older that I continue to want to grow and learn new things as well. It is a privilege and an honor for me to be a part of your musical journey. And please keep up the good work. Don't ever give up on yourself. I promise you there is nothing about me that is any more special than you. I just have worked on this a whole lot. So if you're struggling, just keep at it. Just keep at it. Work at it one note at a time, one hand at a time, one section at a time. It will come together. I promise. I've seen it happen. So, okay. Please remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And I will see you on the next video. Happy playing, gang. Thanks so much. Piano Man Steve signing out.